what I
they're
do.
not those type of people. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to see y'all hurt, but at the end of the day, I can't speak for every black person, but it is painful watching this. Now the thing is, I want to point out to a lot of the Latinos is it doesn't even seem like uh, you all are on the same page. And I saw this, and I want to show this to you guys. This is a Hispanic, or actually, I want to show you that this is a Hispanic senator from Colombia. And this guy, and let me see if I can pull the screen up real quick. I want to see. Well, no, let me kind of hit this real quick. So I saw this earlier, and I want to share this with you first before we get too deep into the broadcast. And this is just kind of like a little update. So you have folks who are members of the Navajo Nation, okay? And these folks in the Navajo Nation saying that ICE is harassing their off reservation folk. Basically, ICE is going after everybody. They actually arrested these folks. What this says is, um, along with the mass deportations, you had 15 indigenous people in Arizona. Um, on January 23rd, they were basically arrested, put in handcuffs, and they don't really have paperwork. You see what I mean? They have some IDs and whatnot, and so they put them in. They locked them up. You see what I mean? They have something called certificates of Indian blood. They have state issued IDs, but they harassing everybody. These are Native Americans. They trying to put them out of America. You know what I'm talking about? So it's not just black. It's not just immigrants. Everybody that even looks Hispanic is literally um, under the microscope. You see what I'm saying? I haven't heard too many black Americans complain about anything. I know it's a few Jamaicans and whatnot saying that they were harassed, but I have not heard much about black Americans at all. You know, so it's like they're clearly looking for targets. You see what I mean? They're not trying to waste their time. They're going to grocery stores. They're going everywhere. Let me see if I can pull this up because I want you guys to see this. This cat right here is a senator. Who's a new senator in Ohio? He beat Sherrod Brown. Who's a new senator in Ohio? I'm going to try to find this real quick before we get too deep into this thing, man. I want you guys to see it for yourself. And then we're going to get into the meat of the broadcast, and that concerns this white woman who just came out the box. And I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it from a historical standpoint so folks can actually learn something and put this in context, because it makes no sense to just say scream racism, racism, racism. That's not what we do here. You see what I mean? We talk and we speak so that people can understand and put it in historical context. Otherwise, you don't get it. Now, this is something I want to share. I want you guys to check this out, man. This guy right here, he's a Republican senator. His name is Bernie Moreno, and he is from Colombia. Okay, and this guy, he's an immigrant himself. This is him. Okay, this guy right here, he's an immigrant himself, and he's set to introduce a bill into the Senate, and it's going to curb asylum seeking in the United States. It's going to be the first, and you can read this first piece of legislation this man has introduced. And he won a hard-fought election against the incumbent Sherrod Brown, and he's going to focus on immigration enforcement. This is a Hispanic. This would be like the first black senator trying to put black folks back in being an advocate for Jim Crow, to put give black folks harsher harsher sentences for those made up laws like vagrancy and such back in the 1890s and whatnot. Just finding reasons to put black folks in jail. So, you know, like, you want to know why? I mean, how can we get behind this? Because we remember the guy yesterday. He said, remember the little Hispanic fella from yesterday? Y'all remember him? Remember what he had to say? Let me go ahead and play him again so we can lay the proper context. This cat right here, had a lot of interesting things to say about Black Americans. You know, I wanted you to keep in mind this fella right here had a lot
of videos of black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen black people make videos.
They're not necessarily making fun of Mexicans for what's happened to Mexicans. They're making fun or showing you how foolish you were for voting for Donald Trump because it's against your interest. I voted for Donald Trump. Let me get up. I voted for Donald Trump because I wanted low taxes. Okay, that's why I voted for Donald Trump, but that's in my interest to vote for Donald Trump. I already know there's going to be a backlash because as soon as you get these folks riled up, when they get turned up and they think, oh yeah, it turns into a feeding frenzy. So everybody is going to get some. But I just recognize that foundational Black Americans are not the primary target. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, let me go and get this money and keep my head down, stay low, and mind my business. So it's not that they're making fun of Mexicans. It's not that. Is that they say y'all voted for this man 61%. This is what you get for wanting to be white. You should have thought about it. All right, that's what we saying. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad at that.
Talking about Mexicans, don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people, they have Salvadorian people, they have Guatemalan people, they have Nicaraguan people, and I hope.
But you got this Colombian senator right here. Let me go back to the screen because I want you to see what I was just saying. You got this Colombian senator, all right, of Colombian descent, and he has just introduced the most, one of the most strictest laws against asylum. So clearly you don't have the Colombian. You might have the Honduran, the Guatemala, but you don't have the Colombians, sir. I just want you to know that. They're not with you because they're a guy. This guy here, okay, he is clearly, he is trying to make sure when you show up at the border, oh no asylum. We don't do that no more. We do not do that. So we'll keep listening to you, but you don't have the Colombian.
Other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people, Black people.
Colombians, clearly.
What makes you think that Mexicans are gonna come running to y'all for help? What for?
I don't think we were offering it.
Y'all Black people can't even help yourselves.
Okay,
that's wild. No. Mexican people are hardworking people.
I did
Mexican people stick together.
I know.
They make it work. That's the total opposite of a Black person. You want to call me racist? Go right ahead.
Well, you clearly
I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us.
Okay.
What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the Blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you?
Right.
If you don't even trust your brother, get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
All right. So this dude right here, he put this video and apparently he's put out other videos. So let's go ahead and just cut to the chase. Golly, man. And that's really hard to watch. And it's unfortunate that you have people who will say stuff like that. But you guys remember that when Ice Cube and NWA was beefing? You guys remember when Ice Cube and NWA was beefing and and Ice Cube said, here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. All that you have, you got all this smoke for Black folks. Shout out to my man, Whitey Jason, go harder in the paint than white people. They should pray Marco Rubio doesn't become president. No, what I'm trying to say is, here's what they think. I want you to hear this white woman and let her say what she's going to say. And I'm going to just kick back and let it play. All of you Latinos who are watching this, this is what foundational Black American people already know. I want you to hear every bit of this, and you need to hear every bit of what she's about to say.
It's that families are being separated. If somebody's getting deported, I actually find it hilarious. It gives me a great deal of comfort. I have no sympathy that your child might grow up without a father because he got sent back to Mexico or whatever. I mean, y'all are welcome to go with him. Don't forget that's an option. That's a choice that you're making, right? I don't have any sympathy for your little videos that you're making on social media with all the tears. I don't give a shit. I'm actually fucking laughing at you that you're sitting there crying for attention. Okay. I find you subhumans. All right. Now, while you're sitting there judging me because I don't care that families are going to be separated from each other, I'd invite you to recall that hundreds of J6ers were separated from their families for something that equates to little more than a trespassing charge. Where were you then?
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. So you know,
that families
anyway,
are being separated.
anywho, I didn't say it. That's who you want to be like. This is who you want to be like right here. This is, you got all the smoke for black people. Where's your smoke for this lady right here?
It's a party going on. Hit the like, 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 hit the like. It's a party going on. We all looking at Dennis. Spurling and subscribe. It only take you a minute. Hit the cash app, super chat, be a penny. One is real good, but 20 more will be plenty. Blizzard King pay a visit. Big blast my witness. Appreciate the love. There's black men doing business. Stand up, father and brother, lawyer is he. Hall of Fame game, he's known as Uncle D. Tell it just like B, representing for we. We know time is money, you learning and pay a fee. Know it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Say it's cold outside, but the podcast hot. Giving you a feeling that these others ain't got. Yeah, know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, know this hit. Darren Hay watch views. Hit the light, you know that the blizzard come through. Bundle up for the winter, know this hit. Darren Hay watch views. Hit the light, hit the light, hit the light.
We still look at all the beautiful music that we've created. That's what's on the inside of us. We are wonderful people.